known as the executioner had been taking money from local businesses every week, but Martha couldn't pay him anymore and she was forced to sell some beloved family belongings. Doug told him not to worry because he would take care of it. Sometime later, Douglas dressed up as a widow and waited on the street near the club where gangsters hung out. He sent a small dog inside with a phone in its mouth, and the dog gave the phone to the executioner right before it rang. The gangster picked up the call as a bigger dog also entered the club and put its mouth on the executioner's groin, causing him to yell in pain. Doug told the guy not to move or the dog would make permanent damage. Then he explained he wanted the executioner to leave Martha alone or the dog would enjoy a meal full of nuts. The executioner agreed to the deal, and as soon as the dogs ran out of the bar, he sent his men after them. In the present, morning comes and Evelyn visits Doug's home while the police are collecting evidence. There are bodies and blood all over the place, not to mention the bullet holes. After picking up a few things, Evelyn returns to the station, where Doug has already washed up and changed. He's grateful to her for bringing his things and continues his story. Little Doug had to live in the cage for months, and he got his education from magazines he found hidden behind a plank, probably left by his mother. One day one of the dogs got pregnant, so Doug hid the puppies away from his family's eyes. Unfortunately, Richie again saw him and told his dad, who immediately came out armed and ready to take care of the puppies. Doug immediately latched on the cage door and started yelling at Mike while the dogs barked and growled along. Furious, Mike shot Doug through the door and made him fall. The bullet hit his hand and made him lose a finger, then it ricocheted and hit Doug in his spine. Worried this could escalate into actual death, Richie took Mike inside after dropping a handkerchief for Doug. Unable to move much, Doug put the handkerchief around his bleeding hand and the finger inside a little bag. Then he reached for a magazine and showed his dog a picture of a police car as he gave it the bag with the finger, telling the dog to leave through the hole left by the shot and find the cops. The dog ran away with the bag in its mouth and crossed the town until it found a police car, on which it sat until the cops paid attention to it. Soon a bunch of officers surrounded Doug's house and stormed in, finding the poor boy in the cage and Richie clinging to Mike in fear inside. An ambulance quickly took Doug away.